People of God, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I'm super happy to have you here with me. And in this video, we're going to be talking about studying in Romania, Universitatea Boblia din Cluj-Napoca. So, Universitatea Boblia din Cluj-Napoca is a university in Romania and it's located in Cluj-Napoca. So, it was established in 1581 and it's a public research institute that admits students from all around the world, both domestic and international students. And it is a very, very prestigious university in Romania, and it's because it is ranked around 781 to 790 in the QS World Ranking, which is actually the highest ranking. So, and it admits both EU and non-EU students alike, and the admission rate is very, very high. In fact, it has about 90 to 99% admission rate. So that simply means that if you apply there, the probability you're going to get in is almost one, provided that all your documents are perfect and intact, you are going to get in. They admit students. Admission rate is very, very high. So, and they welcome students from all over the world to apply for enrollment. Good. Let's talk about the tuition. They charge in lei. Lei is the currency of Romania, and one lei is about 0.2 euro. So when you get to the website, you will see the tuition there, the wrote lei there. They might decide to change it and put euro there, but for now, when you see there is lei. So when I did my analysis of all the tuitions generally, I saw that the tuition is on the average of about 2,000 euro, both in all the levels, kind of. So it is now some of the tuition are very, very low, and that's like you can even be seeing that 2,000 euro I was talking about is per year, 2,000 euro per year. So that's an average of about 1,000 euro per semester. The good thing about this school is that they allow installmental payment. Now, even before I go to that installmental payment, the I was saying that 2,000 euro, there are a lot of courses, faculties, and departments that the cost tuition per year is way, way lower than that 2,000 euro. You understand? Aha. The school is very, very cheap. So it is left for you to go there and search for something that you can afford. And 2,000 euro per year is not bad, especially given the fact that they allow you to pay installmentally. Both old and new students are allowed to pay instrumentally, and that installment is up to four solid installments. So that means that you are paying 2,000 euro per year. You can pay 500 euro at first, then after some time you pay another 500 euro, and keep paying it like that. That makes it very, very reasonable. Now, if your tuition is very, very low, maybe like 1,000 per year, but then there are even some courses that are around 800 euro per year. So if you pay something very cheap, like 200 per installments, that is very, very reasonably cheap. So that is how great this school is. Yes, there are some courses that are also more expensive than that 2,000 euro. I'll give that now. So that 2,000 euro is like an average. So I need to give you that broaden understanding. So when you now go to the website, because I put a lot of links in the description of this video, you will see them there. I put a link that will take you directly to where you will see the tuition. So you don't need to do is to click tuition, then you take you to select the year. You select the year. After that, you take you to select the faculty. Select faculty. So because the tuition varies from faculty to faculty and from courses to courses and stuff like that. So and then from year to year. So they adjust this from year to year, basically. So you have four installments of 25% each to pay the tuition. And it's left for you to convert the tuition from lei to euro or dollar, whichever currency you want to use in making the payment. So now let's talk about how to apply. All applicants, all international students have to apply online. So and you basically fill the form online and all. So the application is currently opened now. It has opened since 1st of April and it's going to remain open like that till August 1st. It is very, very important that you apply as early as possible. Very, very important that you apply as early as possible because of the following reasons. The very first reason is that if you apply on time, the document will be transferred to the Ministry of Education of Romania on time. Your admission letter will be issued on time. You'll be able to apply to the embassy on time. and get your visa on time, then you'll be able to resume lectures on time and be able to attend lectures, almost all lectures on time, so that you can have a good attendance, because attendance is important there. You don't joke with attendance. It's part of what they'll be using to grade you at the end of the day. So you'll be able to have attendance, full attendance. Not only that, you'll be able to get accommodation in the on-campus accommodation. If you are late and you're unable to resume on time, you will not be able to get that accommodation. You have to go and make an alternative arrangement for yourself off campus. And depending on your status, if you are married or something and your wife is not, or your husband is not a student, you people might just prefer to stay off campus. That's a different case entirely. But if you are going alone, you can be sure that the accommodation inside the campus is going to be cheaper. Not just cheaper, you won't have to be spending on transportation to bring yourself from your off-campus accommodation to campus. So it is easier for you to stay and live on campus. So those are the reasons why you should submit your documents as early as possible. As early as possible. So now let's talk about the another final reason that I need to talk about is that each of the courses, the slot for them is limited. If you submit your application on time, you'll be able to get the course you want. If you don't submit it on time, they allocate courses based on first come, first serve. That's how they do there. So if you delay and they have allocated all the slots, the only way they will give you the course back is if one of the students that they give admission before refuse to resume, then they can consider who is next on queue and then they give it out if you are the next on queue. So that is why it is very, very important for you to submit your application as early as possible. It's already open since April 1st. Go and submit it now if you are interested in Romania and in that school in particular. Very, very reasonable. Very reasonable. If I am to go back to that instrumental payment that we are talking about, let's assume that you got admission into a course of about 2,000 euro. It simply means that you only need to pay 500 euro as your first installment, which is serve as your deposit, before you go and apply for your visa. Very reasonable. When you now get there, probably you get a job or something like that. At least you have time to prepare yourself to pay the next one. You don't have to pay the whole 2,000 euro immediately before you go to Romania. The only thing you need to pay is the first installment to show seriousness and to truly mean business, which is what majority of the students over there will have also paid. Do you understand? Aha. So very, very reasonable. A lot of advantages comes with this school. So like I was saying, you apply with the online application and the link is in the description of this video. You submit it and you submit it on time. Now, let's talk about the courses that are available. What I noticed about them is that they did not release all their courses to international students, but they still have a lot of courses that are available for international students. So, and these are the courses that are available for international students. And you also need to pay attention. Some of those courses that are available to international students are in Romania, some are in English, some are in French, some are in Spanish, some are in a combination of one, two, or three of those languages. Some are purely English. It is your duty to ensure that you are choosing a course that is available in a language that you understand and you have documents to prove your proficiency in that language. I think that's what I'm trying to say there. So that by the time you apply, you are seen as qualified for that language and the course. And you won't be having problem in evaluation and assessment the when you start doing the course. In examinations, you won't have issues and stuff like that. Very important to make sure that the language of the course is something you understand perfectly. Preferably, if you are from an English speaker, just choose a purely English course and you'll be fine. So the courses that are available at the master's level, there are courses available in all levels, bachelors, PhDs. But I know that majority of those that are watching me are looking for a master's program. That's why I most of the time focus more on master's program. If you are interested in bachelor's program, they are there as well. You will see them on the website. English and purely English and all languages are there. Same thing for PhD. There are PhD courses there as well. So, but for masters, we have mathematics, computer science, physics, chemistry, chemical engineering, environmental science, environmental engineering, law, philology, international relations and European studies, security studies, management, accounting, business information systems, economics, business administration, administration sciences, political sciences, communication sciences, sociology, social work, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, geology, theology. Those are the courses that are available at the master. I mean the field that are available. So they have different variants of master's program in each of those fields. So I believe you've had all the list I mentioned. If those are areas you are interested in, and proceed, do your research and start your application. You can turn in your application as soon as possible. So now let's talk about the eligibility criteria. The meet eligibility criteria is that you must have a bachelor's degree. You're applying for a master's program, and if you're applying for a bachelor's program, you must have your high school results and high school certificate diploma to prove yourself. And then there must be a language proficiency to prove that languages or language in which the course is being taught, you are proficient in them. That's all. That is absolutely all. Once you're able to prove that, you are good to go. So now, but let's talk about the English proficiency. For the English proficiency, they have certificates that they accept. They don't accept English proficiency letter from universities. So you have to write the test and pass it, and they have those they accept. So let me quickly list for you those that are accepted. So they accept Cambridge English, High ELTS, TOEFL IBT, LCCI ELSA, LCCI JetSet, Pearson LCCI, Pearson Excel, and Trinity ISE. Those are the language proficiency tests that are accepted. I hope you understand what I'm saying there. So it's not less for you to determine which one you want to do. Of all those one I mentioned, the high ELTS is the most common, but it's a little expensive. Pearson is equally common as well. You can go for that if it is available in your country. It is cheaper than high ELTS, but the choice is yours. So um now let's talk about the activity timeline, how the thing will go, the step-by-step procedures that you should basically follow. So the number one thing here is that you submit your online application, submit all the documents and everything that is required. Then after like 10 days, your application file and everything will be sent to the Ministry of Education. And then after like 40 working days, your acceptance letter will be issued. After like 15 working days, you pay your tuition and you apply for your visa. On or before that, in 15 working days. Then the embassy will work on your visa application and everything. And on or before 90 working days, your visa should be granted. And once your visa is granted, that is when you should now apply for accommodation in the school. That is the student accommodation, yes. So then you pack your load and depart for Romania. Straightforward process. Very easy. It's one of the easiest way to leave your country. If you want to leave your country, you want to go to another country to migrate. And Romania is a prestigious country. 20 million people. A lot of job opportunities there. The only thing is that you must be ready to learn their language. Even if you want to study in English, you must be ready to learn the language so that you can be considered for various job opportunities. So that's that for that. So now let's quickly talk about the documents required for application. We've spoken about the application. Let's talk about the documents required for the application. So they include the following: the application form, the passport copy, the high school graduation diploma, bachelor's diploma, then bachelor's degree transcript of records, and language proficiency certificates. It must be one of those that are accepted, and then motivation letter, birth certificate, medical certificate, and processing fee. The processing fee is €50. That is the amount you pay when you apply. Very important. So all the documents that you are using for the application must be legalized appropriately. Those that you first have to take to the Ministry of Education for authentication, you must take them there, get them authenticated, then you take everything to Ministry of Foreign Affairs for their certification. Then you take them to the Romanian Embassy here in Nigeria for their legalization. So once the documents are legalized, then you can then use them for your application. So all documents must be legalized before you use them. I have come to the end of this video and I'm super happy that I'm able to express my mind to you in this video and show you a pathway that you can easily use to migrate out of your country if you wish. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm super happy. I wish you God's favor in your applications, and your aim will be actualized as soon as possible. Bye for now. Please like this video, subscribe, share. God bless you.